Hey, what's up guys? Walt Ribeiro here. We do this every day. Don't forget to subscribe, rate, and comment. You can leave questions below, or you can go to my website, waltribeiro.net, and all the tutorials are in order there, and I'll leave any info in the video description below. So let's get right into this. The thing that I want to talk about today is the idea of using one of your fingers in order to block other notes. So let me just explain what this is really quick. So if I were to play, for example, this chord, this E minor chord, and I were to leave this string open and this string open, the bottom E and the top E. If I were to play my E minor chord, it would sound good. Oh, sorry. But now what if I were to move up a half step and still play that open string? It would sound like this. And the reason why is because the E actually creates a very, very, very sharp dissonance, between this A flat note and then, you got this F note, so it creates this half step tension. So now, what I do when I perform is I take my first finger. In this situation specifically, I would take my first finger and I would slowly move it up like that. I would still play the same notes, but I would take this and kind of touch that string so it's muffled, as opposed to this. Okay? And I would slowly lay it over top of my high E string, so you got that. So the result is this. Okay? As opposed to this. So now if I were to play my F chord, and I were to use that technique, the chord that sounded really bad now sounds like this. As opposed to this. Now, when would I use this? Well, that's a good example. Another time when I would use it is when I'm playing octaves. So let me show you that, because I discussed octaves yesterday, and I was thinking today, I was like, well, I showed them how to play octaves. I should show them how to play within, to strum a chord and not hit other notes. So let's get into that. It's going to look like this. Here's my octave here. Let's do an E octave again. And I only want to play this note and this note. But I want to strum my entire chord. But those are the only notes that you're hearing. Because with this string up top here, it's being blocked by my middle finger. This note's being played, my pointer finger. This one right here, the D string, is being blocked for my pointer finger, because it's playing this note, but it's laying over top of the D. There's your third finger, which is then blocking the high B, and my pointer finger is blocking my high E. So now I have this. Okay, so let's do a couple more examples. Is that if I were to play, and this is very common. You tend to see this more when you're playing outside of being in position of the open position. So your open position being, if you were to play here, let me show you. It would be, this is your open position, like the first 3 frets. Okay, so if I were to play my A chord here, but maybe I don't want the top E string to play. Well, it's very difficult to strum and not to hit the high E string. I mean, it's very difficult. Okay, so if what I wanted to do was to block these 2 top notes here, I would take my first finger which is playing the chord anyway, and I would just slowly lay it over just very slightly. You don't want to push down enough that you play the chord. You want to lift up a little bit so it's muffled. Okay, so you know, that's one thing, is that your hands, your fingers are there, and if you have one or two of them free and you're strumming and you want to block a note, then it's very common to use any finger to block some of the other strings. You see it a lot in octaves, which I just showed you. You see it a lot in chords. You see it a lot in like heavy metal if they want to block something. If like, well, if I'm playing this, it's a little bit different because I'm playing the power chord. But if I'm playing this, and I don't want these top notes to ring out, I'll just take my first finger, I'll lay it over, and now I have this. That's what I'm doing. And notice what my first finger is doing. I'm slowly moving it up from here to here, and these are being blocked. Okay, and so it's a little bit of a more advanced technique, but take it slow. You don't even have to master it. You don't ever have to use it, but it's always good to have it in the back of your mind if you're ever playing a chord and something is maybe a little bit more difficult to perform, to play. Then that's just a common technique of the idea of using the fingers that you're playing with to have them do multiple things at the same time, like muffling strings and playing notes, or whatever. So, any questions, let me know. I know that's probably going to open up a can worm of questions, but hopefully that helps. So, I'll play a little song real quick using this muffle technique, and then we'll be good to go. Okay, so that's quick idea. What I did here to walk you through it is I played the octaves, as you know, but instead of playing all the notes, I took this finger, just lightly laid over top. This finger's blocking the top strings, muffling, and then when I'm playing one note at a time, I'm basically just I'm playing the string that I need to play, and I'm muffling the rest of the strings with the finger, but I'm not pushing down. So I'm going like this, but if I were to push down, it'd be really ugly. Or, well, in this case, suspended my sound. So I'm going this. So notice what I'm doing here is I'm taking my second finger and I'm blocking this string. Alright, so that's the idea, guys. Just have fun with it. Try maybe play with other people. There's a lot of information here, but then just take it really slow. Find out what works, what doesn't, and that's it. Any questions you have, let me know. Subscribe, rate, and comment, and we'll see you back here tomorrow. And that's your lesson for today. Alright, guys. Peace.